Hi, this is Greg Forzani with another Don't Miss the Point of Business video. I want to talk to those who, because I just got a client and in our initial conversations when they were thinking about signing up for what I provide, which is business advising and coaching, they said, you know, the game of business is so fast, I'm stressed, I'm running around, I don't have time to do this, I don't have time, and they're hyperventilating when they're talking. So the point is, the game's fast. The game of business is fast. And you're stressed, and you're overwhelmed, and you're trying to balance everything, and you got your personal life, and you got kids, and you got taking them to school, and then you got employees and staffing and pricing and work and marketing and buying and selling and all these things. So the game's crazy. Well, let's take a page. I want to use an example first, and then I'll bring it back to business. I want to take a page out of pro sports, and specifically I'm just going to say the NFL, or the CFL for that matter, NFL or CFL, professional football. If you do any research and say what's the biggest difference between university or college football and the pros, they will all say absolutely, first and foremost, the biggest difference is how fast the game is. The game speeds up so much when you hit the pros. Now, in my opinion, I think what they're saying is that everybody who plays on the field is an expert at what they do. Meaning, they're all making decisions that much faster. They're all making more effective activities, so they're playing better because they're making more impactful decisions faster because they know the game better. And therefore, everything happens so much quicker and they're so much better at it that it doesn't give you they don't make as many mistakes, which means you can't make as many mistakes. They don't make as many mistakes, which means it's harder for you to succeed in the NFL. And if you go look up this video, Marcus Allen has a fantastic comment. And Marcus Allen's a Hall of Fame running back, played with the Raiders and the Chiefs. And he said, for him, the game slowed down. And he said, he relates it to, or he accredits to, the fact that in his opinion, in the game of football, there's those who know and those who don't. And he said, those who know, the game slows down. And what that really means is, all those decisions that everybody else is making, those that your competitors are making, the guys you're trying to beat, if you understand what you're doing better than everybody else, then what they're doing doesn't seem so daunting. You're able to succeed with your moves. So he was able to read how a defender was he'd watch game tape on every defender. He played the position in earlier years in football, so he understood the position. So he was able to understand whatever they did, he could predict what they were going to do next, and therefore he could react accordingly and succeed. So the same in business. In business, to have the game slow down. So if you find yourself owning a business and always saying, staff and this and that and hyperventilating, working lots of hours and doing all sorts of things, and you're stressed and it isn't what you signed up for, take a deep breath and learn to slow the game down. And the only way you're going to do that, is to become an expert at what you do. And what that means is, I do not mean an expert at your service or product. I mean an expert at running the business. And that means you put things in place like, and I'll just give you some examples, hiring processes, training programs, playbooks for your team to follow, default calendars so that they know when to do certain things at what times, performance reviews, organizational charts, marketing plans, sales processes, raving fan processes. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. But put those things in place one at a time. And when they're in place and they're being used by the business, not just you, the whole business, everybody, when you start to stack those things one on top of the other and you got a bunch of them in place, the game will start to slow down. There'll be less fires, less issues, less people going, I don't know what I'm doing, less mistakes you got to redo twice. You'll be making more money, and if you make more money, you can hire more people to do the jobs to expand the business. Lower your hours to a normal work hour week instead of working 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 hours a week and running around with your head cut off. So don't miss the point here. The point is to slow the game down and know what you're doing. You got to put the right things in place. And you got to keep adding to those things, one after the other. It'll slow the game of business down, and you'll succeed. And it is what your competition is not prepared to do today. So that's what'll separate you from them.